Hot WrestleMania, aka SummerSlam, is right around the corner. Thank you, Simon, for that brilliant nickname. And, well, I've already done a video on the 10 swerves that could happen, or as Anthony 1468 likes to call it, Summer Swerve. Well, I'm gonna do 10 more that could happen. I even got a bonus one because I was like, this could happen. No, it can't happen. So I've got 10 plus a bonus swerve that can happen. So let's get started. Number 10 is Cody Rhodes loses the title. But here's the thing. Solo Sikoa doesn't win the title. In fact, Cody Rhodes wins the match, and Solo and Jacob Fatu and the Bloodline, they just demolish and destroy Cody. They rip him to shreds, and Cody has to relinquish the belt. And I know what you're thinking, oh my god, how can we let Cody lose the title? Hey, calm down. As long as Cody gets it back at WrestleMania 41, all is right in the world. I just did a video, the 5 things that Solo Sikoa has to do, so I described it more in detail there. Basically, there was another boom period called the Attitude Era where Austin didn't have to have the title for 1,316 days like Roman Reigns, okay? He was able to lose it and gain it back. And this will allow other people and other stories to be told. And then Cody has to chase the title again, and people can stop saying that his title run is boring because it's always cooler when you're chasing the title than when you actually have it. Unless you're Roman Reigns. Roman, he made it cool. I acknowledge you, Roman. Number 9 is from a viewer. They commented below, but first I want to tell you about how happy I am that you guys are subscribing and liking this channel. You guys got me to 4,000 subscribers. That's insane to me, and I appreciate it. And I cannot wait to hit 10,000 subscribers because I'm giving away a belt. Once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to go into the comment section of all the videos and pull a random winner and give away a belt. All you got to do is comment below and be a subscriber. But you're like, well, I already commented on a different video. Well, here's the deal. Every video with your comment on it is just another chance to win. So basically, 3 videos with 3 comments from you, you've got 3 entries. So the more videos you commented on, wink wink, the more entries you got. And you will pick any of these belts, the Undisputed title, the Smoking Skull, or the Winged Eagle. But let's get back to the list. Number 9 is from a viewer also in the comment section. I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'm just going to put a graphic up. And they said, hear me out, Brock Lesnar returns, and woo daddy, that would be a swerve. Because what we would see is this. Paul Heyman comes out, and he's like, I want revenge. I'm coming after you, Bloodline. And my client, and everybody's expecting Roman Reigns because it's the Bloodline, but this is Paul Heyman. We don't get Roman, we get the Beast incarnate. Brock Lesnar. He comes out, and now we've got a feud of Paul Heyman and Brock versus the new Bloodline. Number 8, Braun Breaker loses again to Sami Zayn. That in of itself is a swerve, but hey, you know what? Sami has been beating the odds since he won the title, because even beating Gunther was an amazing feat in of itself. However, this is where the real swerve comes in. So Braun Breaker loses, right? And they put a microphone in his face after he loses, and he's like, I cannot believe that Braun Breaker, me, lost to that pipsqueak. He hasn't learned any lessons, and he just keeps running down Sami, but he's running down himself as well. He's like, I cannot believe it. And at some point, he starts switching to the third person, and he's like, if Braun Breaker can't beat Sami Zayn, then Braun Breaker shouldn't be in the WWE. And he basically leaves it at that, and everybody's like, did Braun Breaker just quit? And then when Raw happens 2 days later, we don't see Braun Breaker, we see Braun Steiner. Because if you didn't know, the worst kept secret is that Braun Breaker is the son of the legendary Rick Steiner and nephew of Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. This is a way to get the Steiner name onto Braun, because I don't know why they took it away from him to begin with. So Braun loses, he's ashamed, and he comes back as Braun Steiner, and that's when his tear really fully starts. Number 7 comes from a subscriber also. This is Paul Beast 1. Paul, I really do appreciate you. I appreciate this comment. I don't see this match ending clean or ending at all. Somehow I see a double count out. And wouldn't that be hilarious if Seth Rollins counted a double count out? And now I don't think they'll go that far, but what if this happens? This is very similar to SummerSlam 97, where we had Undertaker versus Bret Hart with Shawn Michaels as the referee. Shawn and Bret Brett hated each other, and there was a stipulation that Shawn Michaels had to do the pin or he would be, I forget, I think he would have to never wrestle again in America, or he would have to quit. I forget exactly what it is, but basically he had to do that. And during the match, at some point, Shawn went to hit Brett with the chair, and he ducked, hit Undertaker. Brett then covered Undertaker, and Shawn had to do the pin. And so even though Shawn was aiming for Brett, he had to pin, and Brett won. That spun off to Undertaker and Shawn going into their feud, and Bret Hart was able to just kind of be Bret Hart for a while. But so here, we got a similar situation where there's three people who don't like each other. So what if Seth Rollins, he swings the chair at CM Punk, misses, hits Drew McIntyre, then CM Punk covers, and then he swings and hits CM Punk, and he does a double knockout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and Seth Rollins declares himself the winner. And number 6 actually is coming from a comment subscriber as well, and I really appreciate this, guys. I love the feedback, and I can highlight you guys more when you comment. It comes from M._M.Kid. He says, what if Finn costs Rhea the women's title match because Finn took the hotel key, remember? And he's been acting strange. I did not remember that, and now I do. Yeah, at one point, Liv gave Dominic the room key and Finn swiped it. Now, he did say a week after, like, oh no, I just took it so not let Dominic be tempted, but I don't know. What if Finn went and him and Liv plotted? Because if you notice, Finn is always standing in the way of Dominic and Liv. He's like, yeah, we don't want this. We don't want this. He's always the one that breaks them up. And, well, what if they're in cahoots? And so Dominic is actually really with Rhea Ripley. Everything he has said, I hate you, to Liv, he meant it. But it's Finn who's the one plotting with Liv Morgan. Those two together are going to kick out Rhea, kick out Dominic, and kick out Damian Priest, and they will now be the leaders of Judgment Day, which I'm all for. Finn Balor needs to be the leader of Judgment Day. He needs to do something other than just stand around looking like a moron. Bonus swerve, Daniel Bryan. He's in AEW right now, but his contract expires August 1st. And SummerSlam is August 3rd. 48 hours later, an AEW employee could be swerving everybody at SummerSlam. God, would I love Daniel Bryan back in WWE, especially now. I think Daniel Bryan would actually really enjoy being in WWE right now. The storylines are great, and the wrestling's pretty darn good, too. The problem is, Daniel Bryan, he's such a nice guy. He really is a super nice guy, and I believe that he probably has promised Tony Khan, hey man, I'll be here till the end, and he'll just keep his promise, and that's great. That is awesome. And on a human level, that's awesome. But on a, God, I want to see him in WWE again level, that's not so awesome. And I believe he even has a title match with Swerve Strickland lined up because he just won the Owen Hart tournament in AEW. So there's just no way, because he will not bow out. Daniel Bryan is just good to his word. Even though AEW is an amateur company, they are still in second place. WWE is just not going to bring Daniel Bryan into WWE if he still has AEW commitments. It's just not going to happen. Very unfortunate, because Daniel Bryan could literally just show up at SummerSlam, and that would be like, what? I mean, just imagine the Yes Movement back. Oh, it would be, chef's kiss. Very unfortunate, but WWE is still cooking. So let's go to our next number, our next swerve. Number 5 is, out of nowhere, AJ Lee appears. CM Punk's wife, AJ Lee, is a legend. She was a wrestler for a very short period of time, but boy, was she awesome. So much personality, such a good wrestler. It was actually her and Paige that I really, and Emma, those three I credit with the women's revolution. Those three are the ones that really got the ball rolling on turning the Divas division into the women's division. But AJ Lee's not coming for the women's division. Not yet, at least. Hopefully she will stick around and have a couple matches. But what she's really doing is defending the honor of Larry, the dog Larry, because Drew McIntyre took the bracelet that CM Punk wears and it has AJ Lee on it and Larry on it. So AJ Lee comes, she gets the bracelet, causes a distraction, which will definitely come into play in the finish of the match. But yeah, AJ Lee returns and Drew McIntyre gets some of his comeuppance. Number 4 is Gunther is fighting Judgment Day, correct? He's fighting Damian Priest. He knows that they might be a problem, so he gets Imperium back together. But Imperium is only Ludwig Kaiser. He doesn't want Da Vinci. So what he does is he goes and gets someone from his past, someone he knows is a warrior, and it's Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov, Ludwig Kaiser, and Gunther are now Imperium, and they just run roughshod, win the title, and they are now the super faction of Monday Night Raw. And I know everybody wants to have Ilya Dragunov versus Gunther at Bash at Berlin, but as of right now, Ilya Dragunov has not been booked super strong, and that match would be lackluster going into it. They would have match of the year, but I just don't want to see it right now. I wanted to see it for King of the Ring, and I was hoping they would have kept Ilya strong enough for him to be a contender at Bash at Berlin, but right now he's not. So in order to get him on the card, let's just team him up with Gunther. They can have a run, and eventually they can split up. But right now, let's have Ilya Dragunov side with Gunther to win the world title, and Imperium is now back and stronger than ever because those guys together, those three, that is a power dynamic. Number 3, we have a Grayson Waller effect show. Yeah, Grayson Waller, he does a lot of shows on these PLEs, and this is where we think that it's going to be the final breakup of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. They've been teasing it for months now. Their guests are Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. And Grayson Waller's talking about basically how they don't have each other's back, how maybe one is jealous. And he's kind of just saying everything that is happening between him and Theory. And so everybody thinks that Grayson Waller is about to turn on Theory. But what happens is Bianca turns on Jade. That would be unexpected because Bianca is definitely the goody two-shoes of WWE. And everybody would expect Jade to turn on Bianca, but no, it's Bianca turning on Jade. She's like, you know what? I'm done. I am done carrying you. You are a rookie. I am a veteran. I don't need this. And she walks out. Bad guy Bianca Belair is pretty cool. I've seen her in the NXT. Number 2, Bobby Lashley returns. It was all a work. It was all a work. All week long, I've been hearing about how Bobby Lashley is pretty much been let go. Him and MVP. I even did a video on it. A very gut reaction. I'm upset. Why are we letting Bobby Lashley go video, right? Well, what if Triple H just fed the internet rumors? And that's easy to do. Just have one of his boys call some internet reporter and say, hey, I heard that Bobby Lashley's been taken off the internal roster and wildfire hits. So then when SummerSlam actually happens, nobody expects Bobby Lashley to come out at the end and just beat down Cody Rhodes and say, you know what? I'm not going nowhere. I got one last run in me, and I'm running through you, Cody Rhodes. And Bobby Lashley reforms the Hurt Business, and it was all a ruse by Triple H just pulling the wool over us internet dweebs' eyes. That would be whoa. And number 1 is Roman Reigns returns. Yeah, we're all expecting it, right? But here's the twist. Here's the turns. Here's the swerve, even. He comes out and he helps Cody win. And everybody's cheering. Oh my God, he's a good guy. No, he's not. Because when Cody goes to shake his hand, Roman slaps the taste out of his mouth. And he says, nobody beats you but me. And then he goes to Solo and says, I'll handle you on SmackDown. And the Bloodline Civil War has started, and he's also drawn his line in the stand with Cody saying, I'm coming for you as well. And now Roman is fighting a war on 2 fronts. But if anybody can do it, the Tribal Chief can. So guys, girls, that's my 10 more swerves of SummerSlam. What did you think? Do you have any more that you can put in the comments below? It's only a week away, so hurry up and do it so we can say, I told you so. I told you so before the event actually happens. Guys, girls, have a great day. I acknowledge every single one of you. Thank you again for getting me to 4,000. Don't forget to comment so you can win a belt. Have a good day.